the first month of Cityline's WLC, and the whole point of our program is to help our participants gain confidence, boost energy, beat baggage, and feel like their best selves. For some, that could mean losing weight. For others, maybe not. This program is about getting healthy, body and soul, no matter your weight. But some folks have said that you can't possibly be healthy if you're overweight. So our panel has some thoughts about that. Please welcome oncologist Dr. Mojola Omole and fitness expert Sarah Taylor. Thanks both of you for coming back to hang out with me. We're calling this debate, or they call this debate, the fit versus fat debate. And I'm going to start with some controversial words from fitness coach Jillian Michaels. You all, did you guys hear about this? Okay. She has an interview clip, and Lizzo, the artist, must have come up, and she says, why are we celebrating Lizzo's body? Why does it matter? Why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes. I love her music, my kids love her music, but there's never a moment where I'm like, I'm so glad she's overweight. So I'm not sure how many of you watched the Grammys, a couple of weeks ago. I saw Lizzo sing, dance, and then play a flute. So I don't know if I would be able to do that, and I'm pretty fit. She killed it. So I want to talk about, is there more to health than numbers on a scale? Dr. Omole, you've studied this. You wrote a really good article on it. Thank you. What do you think of this debate? Can you be healthy and overweight? 100%.
I think that when we're talking about overweight, when we're talking about obesity, we're using a measurement. But really, what's important is your health. And so what's healthy is what your health is. Like, are you able to do your daily activities without getting winded? Do you feel like you have energy? Are you sleeping well? All of those things is what counts as being healthy, not so much about what your weight is.
One thing I found really interesting in the article is something called having a metabolically healthy obesity. Can you explain what that is?
So metabolic healthy obesity is a group of people which, in the classification of obesity, they're still using BMI to determine that. Yeah. But these people, maybe they make up about 16% of that population. They're obese by definition, but they don't have any problems with their heart. There's no diabetes. There's no problems with cholesterol. We still don't know in the medical community if this is just a snapshot in time, or can people actually maintain being metabolic healthy for their lifetime.
Okay, that's interesting. So tests have been done, and really what you're thinking about when it comes to health, because the question becomes, what is health, right? Health is not just a person's shape. Health is how you're living, how you're moving, how you're breathing. Sarah, you've had metabolic tests before. Do you remember kind of roughly your results, blood pressure?
I don't remember the numbers. All I remember is I'm all in normal ranges for every single test I've had done.
If I were to test your body mass index, where do you think that would put you along the scale?
Somewhere around a 37, 38 currently.
Okay, so that puts you in the obesity category. Not the morbidly obese, but the obesity category. How much can you deadlift?
Like 200 pounds?
She can deadlift 200 pounds, okay? Like, she actually she runs a gym.
Yeah.
You are a fitness expert for Cityline. So I want to know what you think of this idea of health and weight. How do you see the two intersecting, or do they intersect at all?
So I think there's so many layers to this, but when it comes to strictly just the number on the scale or a measurement like a BMI, you can't tell somebody's health by looking at them.
Right.
And I've had people look at me and say, how can you be a personal trainer? But I teach up to 3 classes a day, and I do my own workouts 4 or 5 times a week.
Right.
Very active, very healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. But when somebody looks at me, it's, well, you're considered overweight, so there's got to be something wrong. Yeah. And then I think the other part of the conversation is, beyond the health conversation, is so many people equate someone's value and their worth, and there's so much shame associated with someone's weight or BMI or some sort of measurement, or just simply by looking at somebody. And that makes so many women uncomfortable and shameful about their bodies. And then they're not doing anything to make them feel good, and they're just living in a cycle where they're not happy in life, in my personal opinion.
Right. Now, do you think, Doctor, there is any danger in saying that people that might be overweight or might be clinically called obese should not worry about it because they might be perfectly healthy? Do you see any danger in that?
I think the first thing to say is that BMI is not an accurate measurement.
And that's body mass index for anyone who doesn't know.
Which is just basically your weight over your height. It doesn't take into consideration what your muscle mass is. So if you take like a football linebacker, all of them are probably morbidly obese. But if you see them on the field, they are not.
Right.
So I think that when you say, should we, can we discard your weight, I think it's more important to look at how your overall health is functioning.
Right.
Something that's actually more accurate of a measurement is your waist to hip circumference.
Oh, really?
So we know that people, if you carry a lot of weight around your tummy, there's the higher likelihood of you having a lot more fat on the inside. So the fat that's surrounding your organs actually is more dangerous to you in terms of your overall health than your whole, how much weight you're carrying in total. So your waist to hip circumference actually plays a huge deal in that.
Okay.
So I would say that for people who, I'm not a person who believes in numbers and scales. I believe in living a healthy life. I believe in moving. Movement is the key to everything. If you're moving and you're getting your steps in with your Fitbit or whatever else you're using to calculate that, and you're doing your daily activities, that's the most important thing. Your health is your health. That is the most important thing, is how is your health.
And would you say, I mean, as a physician and also as a fitness expert, are there not people that are actually underweight or at their goal weight and are still maybe not healthy? I mean, doesn't that happen as well?
100%. And there's a lot of people who are slim by nature and they have high cholesterol. So genetics also plays into all of those things. Your habits, whether you're smoking, what you're eating. So there are people who can consume a lot of calories and who don't gain any weight. That does not mean that they're not healthy. And I think Jillian Michaels' counterpart on The Biggest Loser had a heart attack at the age of 50. And he works out, I'm pretty sure, every day of his life for hours.
That's right. I think we need to start looking at health a little bit differently. I wonder if physicians are moving away from looking at body mass index, or is that really the categorization that we're still using right now in 2020?
Yeah.
Still happening, huh?
It is, only because it's very quick. For example, I'm currently pregnant and I went to my OB and, she's like, oh, your BMI. But, on top of that, though, is that I am still working out. I am still working out 4 or 5 days a week.
Right.
But we are still using it as in general.
Right. Yeah, my trainer doesn't use it on me at all. As a matter of fact, he's so much more interested in how much I can squat. And I appreciate that. I've had my BMI before and I've been in the obese category. I'm incredibly fit. So it's not something that we should be, banking everything on. And I really appreciate your views, both of you. Keep going and keep being healthy.